What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another Screen Sanctum reaction. I'm Steve. Today, I'm going to react to Brooklyn Nine-Nine Season 1, Episode 14, The Ebony Falcon. I wonder if this is sort of like The Vulture. We have The Vulture and now The Ebony Falcon. Does it go hand in hand? Who knows? I'm just going to get right into this one. I'm kind of bummed because every time I post these video reactions to YouTube, NBC Universal strikes them. I love this show, but that's like demoralizing that I could put it up and not everyone gets to see it. So I don't know. If you're watching this on YouTube, this might be the shortest reaction video because I'm trying to figure out how to cut these reactions so NBC Universal doesn't strike them. But if you're watching this on Patreon, we'll get through it. All right. Well, to everyone who's already subscribed to my channel, I thank you as always. And if you want to see these full reactions and watch alongs, come check me out at Patreon. All right. Season 1, Episode 14, The Ebony Falcon, in 3, 2, 1, go.
Morning, Scully. How was your weekend?
Fun.
Hey,
I
guys.
hit the park, went for a long walk.
Wow.
Nice.
Like a fun weekend with Kelly. So
This is a great weekend.
Is that Scully's wife? Scully, is
Just
Kelly your
ask.
wife or your dog?
How can you ask me that?
He's
I
offended.
still don't know which it is.
Yeah, pretty much. 8:30 in the morning.
Oh, sir, are you looking for your glasses? I borrowed them to do an impression of you.
Pretty close.
Been 2 weeks.
His name will be Trent Carter, a personal trainer, bouncer, and assistant manager at PetSmart.
Oh, God.
I mean, he saved your life at the rail yard.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just
It's your
hopped
case.
hopped
If
into
anything goes
duty.
wrong, it's on you.
Instincts.
My apartment got broken into last night.
Gina, that's terrible. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Treasured items.
Oh, God.
Such as my grandma's jewelry, some cash, and this very fancy gown with like a magic eye print. There's no one else I can turn to solve this crime.
Gina, you're working the police.
I
precinct.
know.
You can turn to anyone here.
Uh,
They are not buffoons.
Try the heel.
Ooh.
Still don't feel anything.
I just need to put my precious babies to bed with a story.
Yeah.
I'm worried about Terry. We can't let anything bad happen to him.
You shouldn't want anything bad happen
Jake, where are you?
to your partners regardless.
This is a classy TP.
What happens to them if
Yeah.
he gets hurt? I'll have to take care of them.
Oh, God. Why would you have to take care of them, man?
Interesting point. If you have concerns, maybe you should talk to Terry about it.
Yeah.
No, and you can't either.
Why can't anyone ever be an adult in this show sometimes?
I've never tried to develop an edge. You can't lose what you don't have. No surprises.
What are you guys talking about?
International taxes and tariffs.
Well, frankly, I'm not so sure that everyone at the gym is going to buy you as a trainer. You've been
Oh
sitting
my
behind that desk
God.
for so long. You've gotten a little tubby.
Yeah,
right?
whatever.
Put this stuffed giraffe between my two girls. They both like to snuggle against his head.
Here comes Mr. Snuggles.
What'd they say about the prints?
None of the partials returned any matches. Nobody in your building saw anything. We've hit a wall.
So
It was
what do we do
Spider-Man.
next? All right, say la vie. Let me grab your badge numbers because I will be filing an official civilian complaint with the captain.
Why did I just receive a civilian complaint about you two?
I can answer this. Because your assistant is a goblin.
This is a miscarriage of justice. I'm gonna haunt your dreams.
Something's gonna happen.
Second, I lowered the temperature of the water fountain by 2 degrees. Still waiting on feedback, but I see a lot of refreshed faces.
Hilarious. Boyle is
How was that
literally
not one of your
undercover, but he's
complaints? I gave his
actually doing
regular
work.
trainer a day off. I told him Trent would be filling in.
You Trent? Yep. Black Trent. What a minute.
Black Trent.
Have you seen Terry? I lost him. His children could be orphans already.
Good Lord.
Fatherless, mother having orphans.
I go a couple episodes like just
Gina came by
letting
my house
Peralta be
last night to
Peralta,
go over the
but
case.
God, he's an idiot.
How do you know if your husband's a murderer? You don't.
Call Leo now.
God.
How's business?
You know
Damn.
this guy?
They're
Everyone
rivals?
knows him. The Picasso of the hucksters.
I like that.
You didn't have to hop in there, man. I can handle this.
Suspend
What's my
them.
name?
Terry Jeffords.
The Ebony
The Ebony
Falcon.
And what does the Ebony Falcon do?
Takes every precaution to ensure his own safety. Takes. Who's this guy? Says he's a personal trainer at the gym.
Vladimir
He has regular
Rinsick.
hours. He always makes last-minute appointments, always in the boxing area.
Oh my God. He is a police
Headed out to
officer.
close the steroid case.
Isn't Sergeant Jefferson interrogating the suspect now?
Yep, he's got that locked up.
Why do you think Gina hired that PI?
To mock us?
Mm-hmm.
She's scared.
Gina has no feelings.
She once said the best comedy of all time was The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Well, think about how she's been acting. Her home doesn't feel safe anymore. If someone broke into your apartment and you weren't cops, wouldn't you be scared?
Hell yeah.
All right, we're all set for the sting. We got hidden cameras,
All right.
wireless mics, and tactical teams.
That was a hidden camera?
You lied to me.
Oh,
I can see that you're
Jesus.
upset, but let's just sit down and talk about it.
Why do they do this to me? Ooh, this is going to be
Fine,
good.
But I should warn you, I took 3 years of TAP.
Why you?
I don't want your daughters growing up without a dad. I know what that's like, and it sucks. And I don't want it to happen to them.
And you should have
don't you
been
say something
honest
to
in the beginning.
You're here.
Have a fun steroid deal, Sergeant.
You're a weird guy, Jake.
Yep. My thoughts exactly. Very weird guy.
How did Sergeant Jeffers do?
Why is everyone so worried about the Sarge? He was amazing. He made the buy, took out the suppliers, but wisely didn't take on more than he could handle. And you'll be happy to know that he punched me in the face several times.
That
Good.
does make me happy.
I think it makes us all happy.
My girls made you a card to thank you for keeping me safe.
Oh,
Adorable.
you're so full of potential. Why would you show me this?
Hey, maybe they'll take after their pops. He's a really good artist. All right, the Ebony Falcon. Nothing to do with the Vulture at all. Who would have knew Terry was the Ebony Falcon? All right, so I'm just going to get right into it and say this. You all know the past, I think, 3 or 4 episodes. I made it my business to stop really judging this cop parody show too seriously because it's just a comedy. And I have to let it go sometimes. But the writers, I really feel like the writers want us to not like Peralta. There's no other way to say that because they keep writing him like an idiot and an obnoxious brat. Like that's the way they're doing it. This is not just me perceiving it. I feel like the writers are consciously writing him this way. I mean, this was a funny episode, but most of the funny portions had nothing to do with Peralta. He was just annoying this episode. And that's kind of crappy because Andy Samberg's really funny. I don't know. Again, that's all I'm going to say bad about this episode. And it's not about the episode itself. It's just my opinion on the writing. I think they want us to not really like him, or maybe they just want us to be annoyed by him. But I don't know. That's all I have. The Gina section was pretty funny because I initially thought, one, not that it was going to be a prank, but that maybe Gina set it up to get closer to people at the precinct. But that wasn't the case. She really did get broken into. A lot of the stuff that was stolen was weird, odd stuff. But as someone who doesn't really pick out a lot of things, like sometimes I'll catch on to something, what Holt said was really true. if someone breaks into your apartment, no matter how big, strong, tough you are, even if you have weapons to protect yourself, you're still going to be scared. And everyone handles that in their own way. So if it happened to me and someone, I came home and my place was ransacked, I would be more open because that's the way I am. I would be physically scared. Like you would know. I wouldn't, not that Gina is purposely holding it in. It's just a coping mechanism. That's how she deals with this terror. I'm not like that. I'm more, you could tell my feelings, something like that. Like I would be like, listen, I need you to take me home because this shit is scary and I don't want to get killed, etc. That's just my personality if that ever happened. So it was cool to see that I was watching it just thinking Gina was just being Gina, funny, silly. She's obnoxious more in a playful way, to me anyway. But it took Holt to kind of tell me as the viewer that she actually is scared and she's kind of just like projecting comedy, because that's how she is, I guess, showing her fear, and everyone is different. So that was really sweet how Rosa and Amy, took that to heart and like, listen, they're kind of like me. They didn't see it that way. They didn't see it as she was actually scared to go home to her apartment, because I feel like I didn't think that. So that makes total sense. And once Holt said it, we all collectively realized, you know what, that's probably the case. So let's take this a little more seriously. And what's the next step you could do if you can't solve the case? Like that's a tough one to solve. If someone robs your house and they have no priors and they're not in the system and you get a fingerprint, it's probably going to be really hard to find them anyway. So the chances of them finding the perpetrator, like in this episode, were kind of slim to none. So what's the next best thing? They take the precautions. They walked her home to make sure she was safe. They put an extra lock on her door. They put locks on her window. Like they made her apartment safer. So now if someone tries to do it again, even if it's the same person, they won't be able to get in, and Gina will feel much more safe and secure in her home. So that was really cool. It's really good to see Terry back out on the field. We're episode 14. So it took 4 months of the first season to get Terry back in the field, hopefully permanently. I hope he goes out all the time now, because we all know Holt is my favorite character. I think Terry's number 2. He's just hilarious. Terry Crews, even in general as an actor, funny. He has a lot of charisma, and like you could tell he's there. Like he makes his presence felt. So this was a good episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But again, I don't want people to judge me too hard just for that one pocket of criticism, not really even about the show. It's just basically my interpretation of how the writers are currently writing Peralta. So I guess let me know if you agree with that. If you've already seen the entire series, you already know his progression. Do you feel like early in season 1, they are writing Peralta for us, the viewer, to not necessarily fall in love with him as a character? Like we love Terry, we love Holt. I don't think anyone doesn't. But right now, I do not love Peralta. I think he has his moments. He's going to probably progress and grow as a character. That might be the other reason that they're writing him like this, so he could have that arc and turn it around. But I want you all to let me know if I sound crazy. But again, going forward, I am judging this show as a comedy. I'm not going to try to nitpick things like that. So, I mean, a reaction is a reaction. If someone does something that I don't like, you're going to see it in my face, because these aren't fake. I'm literally watching the show for the first time. So this portion, the ending, is where I could kind of talk about, what I saw and why maybe I felt a certain way. So I just wanted to get that out there so no one attacks me for like hating the show, because I don't hate the show. This show is hilarious and has amazing characters. So what do you think of this episode? What did you think of my reaction? Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And if you want to see my full watch along, so Brooklyn Nine-Nine or all of my other shows, check me out at Patreon at Screen Sanctum. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace, guys.